All right, chat. So I'm gonna show y'all real quick. Just a bearish continuation real quick. So pretty much, bro, all the continuation is don't make it too confusing. A continuation is, correction. I keep saying continuation. Bearish correction. All the correction is in the market is rebalancing, bro. So boom, we come into it. Is this lower than this? Yep, this is your indication. You put your line at the bodies, right? So trade. When is the correction over? The correction is over when we come back below this line. That's all it is. The correction over when we come back below this line. So if you have enough capital, usually you put your stops at wherever like it stopped. But like that's, let me see. If you have enough capital to where you could, what's that? 196, one con, 196 divided by 2. That's actually not bad. That's not bad for real. And you aim for right here, you're good. Like I said. But if you don't have enough capital for that, then you have to put it at a place to where it kind of makes sense for you. But if you put it at a place to where if it makes sense to you, but if you get stopped out, you could still get back in. Because mind you, this trade right here is out of session. I probably wouldn't be taking this. Let's be real. I'm not taking this trade because it's out of session. But watch, as soon as we cross that line, let's say we get in. Let's say I do just try to set trade night session. I'm not, but let's say we do. Cross that line. Look, it comes back up, right? Where does it come back up to? A fair value gap. We'll teach y'all about that later. But rebalances a little bit, and then watch where market opens. 7:30, and look how crazy it goes down. That's why I really don't trade nighttime, because like, man, would you have still won this trade once market opens? Hell yeah, you would have hit. You would have hit for that, and if you would have stayed in, you would have. Oh my gosh, yeah, you would have went crazy. But look where it never comes back to. That's why you gotta understand. You gotta put your stops in places that make sense. You gotta put your stops in places that make sense and risks that make sense. So if I see 196 right here and I have $1,000 account, I could probably go 2 cons, lose 196 to aim for, what's gonna call it, 196. I don't know about that one. 196 to 291. That good risk to reward. If I have $1,000 account and I'm risking $196 to make $291, am I okay with that? That's 1 to 4. That's up to you. But you have to put your risk. There's no point in me putting my risk somewhere like right here or right here, because like the market reverses once it goes right here. You know what I'm saying? Above here is where I'm terrified. The market shouldn't be going above here if we want to keep going lower. You know what I'm saying? And look at the structure it's building. Look, structure right here. Structure right here. And then boom, like it keeps making lower lows. Like, and then boom, it comes back down. So that's all the continuation is, bro. Like I said, you don't really got to worry too much. You don't really got to worry too much about the continuation, because like I said, at the end of the day, your red line is your red line. You got to figure out where to put your stops at. And like I said, putting your stops to where the move started. So if the red line comes above here, I'm going to put my stop right here, because I don't want to see it go back above there. I don't want to see it touch up there. And as you can see, you only go about $60 in drawdown. 54 points in drawdown. Your shit's all the way up here. And if you want to be super safe, you could damn near move your shit right here. Like, say you got stopped out because you had it low or something. You can move your stuff right here, get back in, $54, and then aim for the. That's way better. What is that? It's 278. There's no way that's 5. That's 5? No way. That's the wrong one. Is that really 5? Damn, that's 5 points. Yeah, that's crazy. That's 5. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy drawback though. But anyways, like, that's all the correction is though, bro. I feel like it's super hard to make a correction hot. And trade, when is the correction over? It's over when you go back past that red line. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is, bro. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That's all it is. So next we're gonna make a video on the continuation. But really, correction and continuation is kind of the same thing. Because the continuation, I'll still make a video on it, but the continuation is just when you pass the red line. That's the continuation. Y'all know the continuation already. It's when you pass the red line. But I think I'm gonna make a video on like why bodies and wicks are like so important for your take profit and stop losses. Why sometimes you should just aim for the bodies instead of just aiming all the way for down here. But that'll be another video. But like, that's it, bro. Correction is super easy. Like, don't let the correction fool you. Once you have the indication, I can see easy. Because once you cross that line, you win. It's the reason why like it's an over 80% win rate on the ICC trading charts. But that's it. That's all I got for y'all today, bro. I'm gonna come out with no more videos, and peace.